Miss Lynn, I'm going to put you in a breakout room with your public defender. All right, ma'am?
Okay.
All right. Miss Lynn, you'll have to hit the, okay. Sir, or whoever's on the Samsung SM A037U, will you please identify yourself?
Latricia Taylor, I believe that's me.
Okay, Latricia Taylor, you're here for your 9 o'clock?
Yes, yes.
All right, stand by. We're going to call some cases in front of you, but you're in the right place.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
So, Ms. Lynn, we're ready to call your case.
We're just gonna set it for final pretrial and jury trial.
Thank you.
All right, so we're on the record in two files, docket 2203384 and 2203385. That's People of the State of Michigan versus Leanna Lynn. Will the parties please introduce themselves for the record?
Jeff Reynolds on behalf of the people. Your Honor.
Karen Robinson, Assistant Public Defender for Ms. Lynn.
And ma'am, you are Leanna Lynn?
Yes,
Okay, and you can hear me all right, Miss Lynn?
yes, I can.
All right, this is the time set for a pretrial on the two matters. Mr. Brodowitz, how are we proceeding?
People would defer to the defense, Your Honor.
Ms. Robinson?
We just asked this be set for a final pretrial and jury trial.
Jury trial. All right, so final pretrial and jury trial. Do you need some compliance time, or is it just set for regular final pretrial?
No, we can just do regular final pretrial.
All right,
March 21st, 8:30.
March 21st at 8:30.
And April 4th.
April 4th. First at 8:30.
Yeah.
All right, Ms. Lynn, please keep in contact with your attorney, Aaron Robinson. Your Zoom final pretrial is set. That'll be live in person. So the final pretrial will be live March 21st at 8:30, and your jury trial is set for April 4th at 8 o'clock. Okay, ma'am?
Okay, could you say those times and dates again?
Sure. March 21st at 8:30
Uh-huh.
is a final pretrial to be live, and then the jury trial is set for April 4th at 8.
And you said that's called jury trial?
Yeah, your
Is that-
jury trial is set for April 4th at 8 a.m. But make sure you be here on your final pretrial on March 21st. All right, ma'am? That's at 8:30.
Okay.
All right.
And you said
Anything
what was
else
the
for the
jury?
record?
No, could
Go
you
ahead,
say
ma'am.
jury trial date and time one more time for me, sir? I'm sorry. I just wanted to write
All
it
right.
down.
So the final pretrial is set for March 21st at 8:30,
Mhm.
and that's on both files. And then the jury trial is set for April 4th at 8 a.m.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. All right. Anything else for the record in docket 2203384 or 85? Mr. Brodowitz.
Nothing, Your Honor.
Anything else, Ms. Robinson?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
All right, ma'am. We'll see you here on March 21st. All right. You're free to leave the
Okay,
Zoom
thank
format.
you. Okay. Did you say I can leave or I can't leave? I'm sorry.
You're free to leave, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Have a good day.
You too. Miss Sutter, are you ready on Mr. Alexander?
I am, yes.
All right. Right, so good. Ms. Robinson, we'll move you just to have Mr.
Sorry.
Alexander sit next to Ms. Sutter. All right, we're on the record in docket 2200744. People of the State of Michigan versus Deshaun Alexander. Will the parties please introduce themselves for the record?
Jeff Reynolds on behalf of the people, Your Honor.
Good morning, Your Honor. Assistant Public Defender Lauren Sutter on behalf of Mr. Alexander, who is seated to my right.
Sir, you are Deshaun Alexander?
Yes.
Okay, this is the time set for a final pretrial in the matter. Mr. Brodowitz, how are we proceeding?
As you stated, Your Honor, this is the date and time set for final pretrial. At this time, it appears the people are unable to proceed. We have subpoenaed witnesses, specifically the victim in this matter. I've called the hallway, and it does not appear that the victim is present. It is now, it looks like almost 9:26. This matter was set at 8:30. At this point, I believe the defense would have motion and would defer to the defense.
All right, Ms. Sutter?
Thank you, Your Honor. At this time, given the non-appearance of the witnesses in this case, I would ask for a dismissal. Thank you.
All right, based on the non-appearance of the witness is subpoenaed. It's was set in for 8:30. It's now 9:26. People are unable to proceed. I will grant your motion to dismiss.
Thank you.
And I will sign the order of dismissal. And if you'd like that, I can, the court officer can make you a copy of that.
Yes, thank you.
All right. Is there anything else on file 22-00744, Mr. Brodowitz?
Nothing from the people, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Sutter?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
All right, Mr. Alexander, case has been dismissed without prejudice, which means they could reissue if they want to, but for our purposes today, the case is dismissed. All right, sir?
Thanks.
All right, thank you. So we have Miss Moore as a witness.
Ms. Moore is the defendant. There's a witness on
Yeah,
Zoom. Defendant sitting outside.
Okay, the defendant's sitting outside. Are we ready to go on that one?
Yes.
What's the name of the witness?
It's up there. It's actually the.
She's the
victim's
mother of the child.
The child,
Okay.
yes, the victim in the matter was 8 years old at the time. And that's the mother.
What's her name?
I'm getting that, sir.
Okay.
Tashay Riley.
Okay, ma'am, you are Tashay Riley?
Yes,
All right. Just making sure I know who's here. All right, we're on the record in docket 18-07384. That's people of the state of Michigan versus Monashay Moore. Those parties, please introduce themselves for the record.
Jeff Brodowitz on behalf of the people, Your Honor.
Good morning, Your Honor. Assistant Public Defender Lauren Sutter on behalf of Ms. Moore, who is seated to my right.
Ma'am, you are Monashay Moore? All right. This is the time set for a final pretrial in the matter. Mr. Brodowitz, how are we proceeding?
Today's date and time set for final pretrial, Your Honor. At this time, people do have a witness appearing via Zoom. But I believe the defense has motion, so we defer to the defense on it.
Ms. Sutter?
I don't know about a motion, Your Honor. It appears that the witness has appeared for today, and my understanding is they will not be dismissing the case for non-appearance. At this time, I believe we're headed for a jury trial.
Okay. So it is set for jury trial on, at this time, March 28th at 8 a.m. And the final jury instructions will be due, as you know, the court's practice is March 22nd, a week before, so that everybody takes a look at them. Anything else for the record? So Ms. Moore, keep in contact with your attorney, public defender, Lauren Sutter. You're set for jury trial on March 29th at 8 a.m. Okay, ma'am?
March 28th. They'll get you.
Oh, March 28th.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's March 28th at 8 a.m. All right. Anything else for the record, Mr. Brodowitz?
Nothing from the people, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Sutter?
No, Your Honor.
All right, so we'll see everybody back here on March 28th at 8 a.m.
Thank you.
do I have to come back that date too?
Ma'am, if you're subpoenaed for the March 28th date, you'll have to come back for that date. And that's live in person.
Okay,
Yeah, that'll be a jury trial, okay, ma'am?
okay.
All right. If you have any questions, please contact the assistant prosecutor on this case. Mr. Brodowitz and Mr. Anitas are here on the case, but I don't know who's going to try that case. But please contact the prosecutor's office, all right?
Okay.
All right. You're all set, ma'am. You can leave the Zoom courtroom.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey, Wendy, would you be so kind as to print the notice to appear for her?
Of course.
That's great.
Notice.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Oh, sorry, that was George. We offered a song there.
Oh, so we don't know if George is here. Okay, we just need more. We need him. That's.
We dismissed the request.
Or Wozniak.
No, we're ready to go on that.
On Wozniak?
Yeah.
Taylor yours?
What you guys are doing criminal
Need to speak
responsibility?
with her?
Yeah.
I do need to speak to her.
Would you like a breakout room?
Yes, please.
She's-
Give me
she
1
said
minute to
that
finish
no
all these out.
problem.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah, so no, okay.
All right, so are we ready on George? That's an 8:30.
I have not yet seen Mr. George. I'm gonna go call the hallway again real quick, but I have not seen him so far.
All right, how about Mr. Wozniak?
Also have not seen him.
All right, why don't you call them both?
Mr. Nzango is here.
All right. In docket 22-01892. That is People of the State of Michigan versus David George. Will the parties please introduce themselves for the record?
Good morning, Your Honor. George and Ann on behalf of the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. Assistant Public Defender Lauren Sutter on behalf of Mr. George. I do not believe he is present.
All right, this was scheduled for 8:30. It is now 9:34. It appears that Mr. George is not present in the physical courtroom. Ms. Sutter went and called his name in the hallway. It appears the defendants failed to appear today. Mr. Anitas, how are we proceeding?
At this time, we're gonna try and issue a bench warrant out because of the crime is assaultive in nature.
So people move to request a bench warrant. Any response, Ms. Sutter?
Your Honor, just that my file indicates this is his first failure to appear, so I would ask the court to consider a 48-hour hold.
All right. The defendants failed to appear. He's an hour late at this point in time. It is an assaultive crime, so I'll issue the bench warrant. And this will be without a 48-hour hold because of the nature of the crime. Anything else for the record in docket 22-01892, Mr. Anitas?
Nothing, Your Honor.
Ms. Sutter?
No, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. That's all for the record. Is that correct, Mr. Anitas?
Anitas. And the A and ID.
A and ID.
Or Anid, however you want to pronounce
Anid.
it, it doesn't matter.
What's your name?
Yeah.
Well,
Anid.
there's like the cultural way and then the American way, so either one.
All right.
Anid or Anid.
Anid. All right. And it's George's, right?
Yeah, George or George's, whatever you
Okay.
prefer.
You are not helping.
The S is silent. So I got a cultural, yeah. I go by either,
Okay,
whatever you prefer,
Yeah, I
honestly.
didn't do my phone.
we are on the record in docket 220189. I'm sorry, 220186. That's People of the State of Michigan versus Gerald Wozniak. Will the parties please introduce themselves for the record?
Jeff Broditz on behalf of the people, Your Honor.
Good morning, Your Honor. Assistant Public Defender Lauren Sutter on behalf of Mr. Wozniak. He is not currently present. I'm unsure why he's appeared to court each time, including last Monday, mistakenly thinking that was his final pretrial.
Yeah, I agree. Mr. Wozniak was here last Monday. We had a final pretrial. This was scheduled for 8:30. It is now 9:36. It appears the defendants failed to appear. Mr. Brodowitz, how are we proceeding?
At this time, Your Honor, the people would request a bench warrant that any bond forfeited.
Ms. Sutter?
I would just ask the court to consider a 48-hour hold, given that he hasn't had a failure to appear yet, and he's appeared when he wasn't even supposed to, thinking he was doing the right thing. I would also tell the court at this time, I'll probably be entering a criminal responsibility petition on his behalf when and if he does reappear.
Okay. I think pursuant to, I'm leaving the certification out because it hasn't been determined at this time, but I do think because of the nature of the crime, it's a malicious destruction of property. And he did show up final pretrial last week. I think there's no reason not to issue a 48-hour hold on it. So if you get a hold of him, you're able to bring him in, then we'll be fine.
Thank you.
So we'll put a 48-hour hold on this. Anything else for the record? Docket 220186, Mr. Brodowitz.
Nothing from the people, Your
All
Honor.
right, Ms. Sutter.
No, Your Honor, thank you.
All right, thank you. Ms. Taylor, you should get a prompt to join the breakout room.
That's it.
Ms. Taylor, can you hear me? You might want to unmute.
I put it there because Aaron asked me to.
Yeah, she's on Zoom.
Did you tell her you're gonna put her in breakout room?
That's yours.
In Zango.
They're all- In Zango, okay, that's right.
Aaron said they're our clients.
We haven't put that one on the record.
Ms. Taylor, are you there?
He's out in the hallway.
We left on.
Well, I talked to him earlier. He said the. My pen is 18 today.
Ms. Robinson, we couldn't seem to get your client in the breakout room, and I can't seem to get her to unmute. I don't know,
Okay.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. Ms. Taylor, can you unmute for us?
That I think we can.
Latricia Taylor?
Oh,
And the offer.
is he here? Is that Aaron? Is that Lawrence?
That is.
Do you have McConnell? Is
That's
that
Ms.
Aaron?
Robinson's.
Okay.
All right, Miss Taylor? Are you there? I think she's having some Zoom difficulty. She's in room 1 now.
Is this one?
All right,
In Zango?
see if we can get Miss Robinson back.
It's not Zoom anymore.
No,
No, this one is on Zango.
Miss Robinson, guess who's in room 1?
We didn't subpoena them. Yeah, we didn't subpoena them. Brings them a little bit, like I consult with. It doesn't appear that any future proceedings will have any necessary witness.
All right,
Make a motion.
Ms. Sutter, who are you ready on?
Eric and Zango, whenever the assistant prosecutor is ready.
All right.
I mean,
You think you're ready?
I think we're good.
All right. You let me know.
I'm gonna cut you off if you're still there tomorrow.
Well, I can try and-
You don't have to chat.
It's fine.
Your first 20 times are always gonna be choppy. We all go through it.
All right, we're on the record in docket 23-00584. People of the state of Michigan versus Eric Zango. Will the parties please introduce themselves for the record?
Morning, Your Honor. George and Ann on behalf of the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. Assistant Public Defender Lauren Sutter on behalf of Mr. Nzango, who is seated to my right.
Sir, you are Eric Zango? All right, thank you. This is the time set for a pretrial in the matter. Mr. Need, how are we proceeding?
After consulting with the defense, today was the time set for pretrial, and after consulting with the defense, I don't believe that we're gonna have the necessary witnesses to proceed, so I'm gonna let the defense make a motion.
All right.
Thank you. I have had a discussion with Mr. Need. He's had a conversation with the complaining witness. It doesn't sound like that person wants to proceed and doesn't intend to come to court at any point. Given that, I would ask for the case to be dismissed today.
All right, this was scheduled for, all right, so it appears that the people are unable to proceed in the case after conversation with the complaining witness, according to the prosecutor. And with the inability to proceed, the defense motion to dismiss is granted.
Thank you.
Right, and I'll sign that order of dismissal. Anything else for the record? Docket 23-00584. Mr. Need.
Nothing, Your Honor.
Anything, Ms. Sutter?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
All right, we're all set. You're all set, Mr. Zango. The case is dismissed without prejudice, which means the prosecutor could reissue if they choose to, but for our purposes today, the case is dismissed. All right, sir? All right, you're all set.
Yeah.
Ms. Taylor, you had a question?
Yes, I was in the breakout room with Miss Robin, but someone was calling, so we couldn't hear each other. Is there any way you put me back in the breakout room, or she said she'll try to reschedule, whichever one?
All right, Ms. Robinson, did you want to give the breakout room one more shot?
Yep.
All right. So Ms. Taylor, we're gonna put you back in the breakout room. And Ms. Robinson should be there and see if you can discuss this, all right?
Okay, thank you.
I'm gonna put Ms. Robinson. So you should rejoin room 1. You should get a prompt to rejoin room 1.
That's not you.
I think I'm done.
Okay.
I'm gonna try and put some things if I can. But that's technical. My client's done.
Put Ms. Robinson in room 2.
I did. Just miss-
Well, we're, I mean, we're,
All right.
by my account,
She was almost done.
we're, I don't know what we're doing with Taylor, which I believe is hers.
Yep.
McConnell, which
All
I
right.
believe is hers.
And those must be
Michael
numbers.
Miller, I think, I mean, it's on the docket as hers. Oh,
It
no,
is.
that's a contempt, so I got that one, so. Yeah, then we done Trina Austin Morrison.
That's the 9:30.
Yes,
Is that you or is that Ms.
that's Ms.
Robinson?
Robinson.
So,
Are you, did you just have the 8:30?
And 9 o'clock.
All right. I'm never sure how you divide those up.
Here's the thing. It is, for the misdemeanors, it's supposed to be, generally speaking, a 50-50 split.
Right,
However, they're in month 5 of transitioning her to a felony docket. So she's got almost a full felony docket, probably 30% of a misdemeanor docket. I've got the rest of the misdemeanor docket, but no end in sight for this split thing.
all right. It
So
just
she's
seems,
exhausted.
it seems like Ms. Robinson's exhausted with almost like a docket and a third.
Yep,
And then you're always here.
I'm always here.
Yeah, you're always here. So, and we're happy that you're always here.
Oh, thanks. We were told it would be a few weeks of this. That was November.
Yeah, that was, well, these things happen.
Yeah.
Mr. McConnell is Ms. Robinson. And Miss Taylor is Miss Robinson. And Miss Miller's and Michael Miller's Miss Robinson.
Yeah, I'm gonna go see if there's anyone I can take with her.
How are you, Mr. Stevens?
I'm still great, I think.
Well, enjoying
coming
middle,
back to you
enjoying
guys?
middle management, are you?
Have a copy of the dismissal from
I
Mr.
think.
Tango? I get. Oh, you know.
Not that
Oh,
bad.
David Carter is fine with using the exam data as the PCC data.
So we're just gonna continue to exam
Yes,
and give us some time to try to fix it.
yes.
Okay, I'll bring them on the writ then.
And that would be in-person writ.
Yeah.
So that we should hopefully be able to.
Then he can waive his 21 days if we need
And
to.
or resolve all of this stupid stuff and then be done with it.
Can you, when you get back to the office, and I don't know why I'm thinking this, he has something else that hasn't been issued, and I don't know why I think this.
We arraigned him on something.
Yeah.
Yes, but I thought he had the third file,
I'll look.
and
at it.
I could be mixing.
Is it Glenn?
Yes, and I could be totally mixing him up, but for some reason I think that there's another one out there. I don't know.
That's for the look.
I didn't came this far. That's damn near like dog.
All right, Miss Taylor, you're out of the breakout room. We'll wait for your public defender, Aaron Robinson, to enter the courtroom, and then we'll get started, all right?
Okay, thank you.
Just recognize that anything you say right now, the rest of the courtroom can hear, so you may not want to say anything.
Okay,
All right? Just a little warning there.
yes.
So we're on the record in docket 22-03353. That's people of the state of Michigan versus Latricia Taylor. Would the parties please introduce themselves for the record?
Morning, Honor. George Annette on behalf of the people.
Aaron Robinson, Assistant Public Defender for Ms. Taylor.
And this is the time set for a pretrial in the matter. Mr. Nid, how are we proceeding?
I will defer to the defense, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Robinson, you had the opportunity to speak with Ms. Taylor in a breakout room.
I have.
And how are we proceeding today?
Mayor, we would like to request a final pretrial date and a jury trial date for this case. However, I would request those dates to be after April 14th. Before that, she's got 2 weeks in a row where her children are on spring break and she doesn't really have any other childcare options. So I would request dates after April 14th.
Any response, Mr. Need, to the request to have it April 14th in order to confirm Ms. Taylor's appearance, or not to coincide with some of her childcare needs?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right. I don't have a problem with after April 14th. So we can set the first final pretrial for.
Promises of drunk driving is up to April 6th.
we can do the final pretrial by Zoom, don't you think?
That's fine if we do the final pretrial over
By
Zoom.
Zoom.
I have no objection to
So
that,
let's do-
obviously, but I would just
Right.
request for a jury trial date to be
Yeah,
after
and then the
14th.
jury trial date definitely after April 14th.
That's fine.
All right.
Alright,
So,
so then let's do the final pretrial on March 22nd at 8:30.
okay, so final pretrial will be March 22nd at 8:30.
That's
And Zoom is fine for that final pretrial, all right, Ms. Taylor?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, and then the jury trial will be set after April 14th for
April 18th at 8.
April 18th.
That's it.
So, excuse me, so which one is, you said March 22nd?
Let's double check. I want to double check that date.
It's on Wednesday.
That sounds like a landlord tenant day.
Yeah, I may have just a second. March 21st.
Okay, so it's March 21st at 8:30. March 21st at 8:30 will be your Zoom final pretrial.
Jury trial on April 18th at 8.
And the actual jury trial in person will be April 18th at 8 a.m.
Okay, and then you said April 18th,
At 8 a.m. Yes.
April 18th. Okay, April 18th at 8 a.m. Okay, I have it.
All right. So if you have any questions, please keep in contact with your attorney, Aaron Robinson from the Public Defender's Office. All right, ma'am?
Excuse me, is that one in Zoom or do I come in for that one?
For the jury trial on April 18th, you come live. So you come in person for
Okay,
that
come
one,
in.
okay?
Okay.
The March 21st one, you can come by Zoom, okay?
Okay,
But the later one in April, come live in person, all right, ma'am?
April 18th at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Correct.
Yes, Your Honor. I
All
did.
right, and, all right, anything else for the record? Docket 2203353, Mr. Anid.
Nothing from the people, Your Honor. Thank
All
you.
right, Ms. Robinson?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Okay, we're all set. Ms. Taylor, thank you for your appearance today. You're free to leave the Zoom courtroom.
Okay, have a good day.
You too.
Tap your screen, find the red, oh, she figured it out. Yeah, it's gonna try.
Ms. Robinson, have you had the opportunity to speak with Mr. McConnell?
No, but we can go. We're ready on that one.
You ready on that one?
Yep.
Okay. All right, we're on the record in docket 23-00554. That is People of the State of Michigan versus Gage McConnell. Will the parties please introduce themselves for the record?
George and on behalf of the people.
Aaron Robinson, Assistant Public Defender for Mr. McConnell, who's appearing over Zoom.
And sir, you are Gage McConnell,
Yes, Your Honor.
and you can hear me all right, Mr. McConnell?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, this is the time set for a pretrial in the matter. Mr. Need, how are we proceeding?
After further discussing, I'm going to defer to Ms. Robinson.
Ms. Robinson?
Final pretrial and jury trial, please.
A final pretrial date on file 23-00554,
March 21st at 8:30.
March 21st at 8:30. And jury trial date?
April 4th at 8.
All right, Mr. McConnell, your final pretrial date is March 21st at 8:30. That'll be live in
Yes, sir.
person, all right, sir?
Yes, Your Honor. I wrote that down, and I also wrote down the April 4th at 8 too.
And you got April 4th at 8. All right, if you have any questions, please keep in contact with your attorney, Aaron Robinson, all right, sir?
Yes, Your Honor. I will.
All right, anything else for the record? Docket 23-00554, Mr. Need,
Nothing on behalf of the people.
Ms. Robinson?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Okay, now you're all set, Mr. McConnell. Thank you for
Thank
your
you very
appearance
much.
today. You're free to leave the Zoom courtroom.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you.
All right. You think Mr. Miller's gonna join us today?
We're allowed to bet.
What's that?
I don't know that we're allowed to bet legally, so
What, you don't have an app?
I don't know, I don't know if this would show up in the app.
You don't think this is on MGM?
No, I don't think so.
I'm gonna go ahead and call the case. This is docket 22-02920. People of the state of Michigan versus Michael Allen Miller. Allen Miller. Will the parties please introduce themselves for the record?
Andrew Stevens on behalf of the people.
Aaron Robinson, Assistant Public Defender for Mr. Miller.
This is the time set for a contempt hearing. It's my understanding that Mr. Miller was a failed to appear in regards to a pre-sentence investigation. And therefore, he was show cause. This is at least, he's got at least two failed to appears. This was scheduled for 9 o'clock. It is now 9:57. It would appear that the defendants failed to appear. We've checked the Zoom courtroom, the physical courtroom. Mr. Stevens, how did you want to proceed?
Thank you, Your Honor. In light of the circumstances and the multiple failure to appear, specifically failing to appear for his pre-sentence investigation report, and this morning, people would request a bench warrant and any bond posted in this matter be forfeited.
Any comment, Ms. Robinson?
No comment.
All right. So due to the fail to appear, about an hour late, and for the defendant, the court issues a bench warrant and bond forfeiture. That's all for the record, docket 22-02920. I think there was an indication that Miss Austin Morse is here.
Yes, she's sitting in the gallery.
Is that, Ms. Robinson, is that your file?
It is my file.
Did you want to go on that, or did you need some time to speak with Miss Austin Morrison?
I'm gonna speak with her real quick.
All right. So it's Brodowitz, Brodowitz.
BRODOWIC as in cat, Z as in zebra.
Okay, let's start it again. BRO.
B as in boy, ROD as in dog, OWICZ.
Brodowitz.
Yeah. Or, Brodovich if you want to do that.
Or Brodowitz. Yes.
Not a
Lynn. Okay, so we're on the record in docket 23-00442. People of the state of Michigan versus Trina Austin Morrison. Will the parties please introduce themselves for the record?
George and Ned on behalf of the people.
Aaron Robinson, Assistant Public Defender for Ms. Austin Morrison.
And ma'am, you are Trina Austin Morrison?
Yes, Your Honor.
Right, this is the time set for a pretrial in the matter. Mr. Need, how are we proceeding?
I'm going to defer to Ms. Robinson.
We would ask for a final pretrial date and jury trial date, please.
Set for final pretrial. So final pretrial date,
March 21st at 8:30.
March 21st at 8:30 and April 4th at 8 for the jury trial.
Sorry.
8 o'clock. So jury trials will always start at 8. So final pretrial is March 21st at 8:30 and jury trial is April 4th at 8 o'clock. Anything else for the record in docket 23-00442, Mr. Need?
Nothing, Your Honor. Thank you.
Ms. Austin Morrison, keep in contact with your attorney, Aaron Robinson. If you have any questions concerning either of those dates, the March 21st date or the April 4th date, all right, ma'am?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Anything else, Ms. Robinson?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
All right, that's all for the record in docket 23-00442. So when?